Welcome to selfdiscoveryradio.com, where the orchard of wisdom is just ready for picking. We celebrate your why, the journey that you've taken that inspires someone else. We support your services, we support your story. Come and be our guest, become a host, be an author with us. Come and see what we've got. Our next show is... Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of SARA'S View of Life. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. Well, welcome to my blue room, or partially my blue room. Blue is my color. Blue is my personality trait. Blue is air, the freedom, the fluidity of movement. And that is me. That represents me. And I picked out this beautiful color blue, pity it's not quite long enough, to be my backdrop, because I want to set the mood in the fluidity of life. We're going to see an awful lot of changes coming up in Self-Discovery Radio TV. In November, I'm going to be working hard at a few new programs, subscriptions, 3-tier, interview platform, a new directory, all sorts of stuff that's going to be happening. And it's quite exciting. We have over 2,000 shows here for you on Self-Discovery Radio TV collectively that has been happening over the last 5.5 years. And so now we're going to just change things up a little bit. We have invited you to sustain us with donations, and some have been very generous. Some don't probably see that we need it, but we do. So we are taking a different direction that we're going in right now. I've always wanted all of these shows to be free, and they're not going to be free for much longer. A small subscription is going to come up, which will allow you to listen to the weekly shows for free, but all the other shows will be accessible for a small subscription. And that's coming up in November. But blue. So blue personalities are air. They're about the freedom. Do not contain them. Do not try and box them in. If you box everything in there, the air becomes stagnant, becomes pungent. Blues are people that need to constantly be in flow, and the ability to change, on a swirl. They don't go straight. It's a constant movement, and sometimes a tornado, a hurricane. It is all about that flow and that movement of life. And I consider myself a willow tree nowadays, deeply rooted, a good strong trunk, but the branches constantly swaying with the wind, whichever way it needs to go. So yes, I am a True Colors coach. I have a program called Discovery of Self, and it takes you to your view of life, your true colors, and it also spiritually goes into what is your common denominator and for you to take forward in life. In other words, how do people interact with you? How do you interact with them? How do you listen? How do you hear? How do other people perceive you? And in understanding that and confidence of self, it helps you portray yourself in a more honest, open, cohesive way. So I'm excited about the next chapter of my life, and November is going to be the working month of putting it all together. December will be the invitation, and January will be the launch. And I'm very excited about what we're bringing to you in 2019. There's going to be a lot. Selfdiscoverycommunity.org is going to be ignited and in movement. We're going to see Self-Discovery Radio TV bring you even more, a lot more opportunities, a lot more gifts, a lot more presentations, and it's going to be fun. I already bring you ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things. We're just going to up the ante a little bit and just make it even more so. I'm very proud of the series that we've been bringing you on Eco Solutions, the Let's Get Sync series, interviewing people around the world on the change, the emotional change of climate for climate change. And we have to change our emotional climate to change the climate and our approach to the environmental climate. So there's a lot that rests on us stepping into action, stepping into knowing self, stepping into that love and the abundance of who we are, so we can bring that to the table. So I'm geared up. But right now I'm taking a pause. You're not going to see any new shows from me for the next couple of weeks because my daughter is getting married, my baby girl. And this last weekend was the wedding shower. Now we go into the wedding and people are in from out of town. And so this next 10 days is all about family, all about togetherness, all about love, and all about that celebration of two people becoming united, as the word gifu, the X, it means partnership. It's not two halves coming together. It's two wholes coming together to create a unity without losing themselves. And because they've come together and bringing their whole package, they've created a whole new dynamic. And I believe this is what this union is. And I'm very, very excited about the wedding and seeing my first child get married. It's a proud moment for Mama. And I'm looking forward to every single aspect of it. But November, that goes on the business hat, goes on the drive of what I'm bringing you, who I'm bringing you, why I'm bringing you, and everything else. Now, I was interviewed by Camelita the other day. I will be on her podcast that will be showing, I believe, in January. And she asked me, what was I'd learned from doing all of these shows. What would I describe me as? And that was a hard question to ask, not to ask, but to answer. And I would say, having done these shows for 6.5 years, what I've learned about myself and how I've become a better person because of the people I've interviewed, how I have in my own self-discovery discovered the awesomeness of humanity, of what we really are capable of, what innovations and illuminations are out there that have inspired me and invited me to step up my own game and also to believe in myself and what my contribution is to life. As I have said, my I am is my instrument that I bring to the orchestra of life, where together, we create a symphony that benefits all. So I love what I do. I love who I've become. I love the people that I've interviewed. I love seeing everything that they've gone through, all the diversity, the challenges, the strife, to become who they are today, that serves you with wisdom of knowledge that can help you on your journey of life. This is the core of me. But now goes the business hat. I've given you a lot for free for a long time, but now sustainability needs to be there. Productivity needs to be there. We also need to remove the stigma that wisdom should only be free. Now, I've said that for a long time, and that's where I wanted to be. And I was looking for those philanthropists to sponsor me so that I could continue to do that. Unfortunately, the hat has to change now. And the business hat is going to be put on, where it's still going to be affordable for you to listen to, free for the first week of shows, then a subscription of $5 a month to listen to all the other beautiful archive shows. We have to do that in order to keep bringing you wisdom. The PBS type manner of Channel 9, right? With wonderful shows that they bring you from around the world, and you pay a subscription. So that is what I'm going to be doing here. And I'm okay putting this business hat on now. I've got enough here to show you what I am and who I am and what we're doing here, and the orchard of wisdom that we have here for you. So there's going to be a whole new platform for people with businesses and coaching, and people with a message, and people that are there to teach others. There's going to be a whole new support on there. There's also going to be support for those people who have just had the rug pulled from underneath them, that are finding it hard to get back up, that need the expert help, but don't have the money to do so. That is where 2019 will be. We will make money so that we can share that money for people who are needing the services they can't afford. So the heart is still in it, folks. I've still got to be able to help people who need help that don't have the money. But of course, we have to make the money in order to be able to give away the services. So that wonderful circle of life that's going to go on and going to go round. So I invite you to come back and listen every week to new shows, even though I'm taking a little time off. There's new shows up there by my hosts, and there's also the ecological shows. There's this show. I think I'm being able to slip in another musical show in there for you for this week that I'm off for the wedding. But stay tuned. Every month, every week, there is something new for you. There is wisdom that's been shared for you. And don't forget, this has taken someone a lifetime of accumulation to bring this knowledge to you. And we hope that you appreciate it, that you learn from it, that you truly listen to the message, and that whatever nugget they're sharing, that you apply it to your own life so that you too can find a beautiful direction in your own lives. We're in exciting times, folks. I know you're listening to the news and you're seeing all the disasters and you're seeing everything else, but it's an invitation for us to step into ourselves, into our awesomeness, into our ability to have the answers. As much as we are destructive, we are also creative. And if we step into our creativity from a heart space, from a caring space, from a unison space of humanity, planet, we will be productive and we will see the profit in all aspects from it. So this is an invitation to us. You don't like what's going on? Rise up, step up, be a part of the future, because the answers lie with us. So Mama's putting on the mother of the bride hat now, and I am so excited. Of course I will do a show and share that with you, because Mama's pride has got to share, right? And I am in now wedding mode. So until next time, folks, please take some time to listen to these shows and to hear all the wisdom, to apply it to you in whichever way, whether it be an inch or whether it be a yard or a mile, but be inspired to inject it into your own life, to ignite yourselves and become the person we know that is there within you. And if you have become that awesome person, please don't forget to share that awesomeness, because other people need it. So if you wish to be interviewed here on selfdiscoveryradiotv.com, just contact me at info@selfdiscoveryradiotv.com. If you wish to be a host, I have a whole hosting package. Contact me, please, at the same. And if you've got somebody else that you feel should be interviewed, please contact me at info@selfdiscoveryradiotv.com. Until next time, folks, bye for now. For more wonderful shows like this, please go to selfdiscoveryradio.com, podcasts, and see our lineup. And if you wish to support us, we have a funded button. Please stay tuned for our next show.